Onyame ma odibre no shraso mawa dibre no mparuwo Onyame na shraso Robi Asante kotoko hene OTUMFUO Dr. OSEI TUTU abebio Onyame esene hene shraso amana hene aye krabewe Nane Onyame shra noe nane OTUMFUO OSEI TUTU Nana Asante hene Onyame shra no Nane Onyame shra noe nane What is the people dance as one and
He's fondly referred to as King Solomon, and that is no small achievement. Incidentally, he earned this title not many years after he had come on the throne.
Or Adrian Papa Emma Asanteman, maybe King Solomon.
Sir, said you will see any near ma, not a fata. Say, Bona wouldn't say, or him Solomon.
The kind of things he does behind the scenes, I call him the Prince of Peace.
But dear, my home said, OTUMFUO, or a very broad intellectual view of the institution, and or a practical view, and do on both sides, and the tremendous change at the back at the end. I must say, Asanteman, you're rich, and I'm the 20.
New Year, now drink, Ninim dear. What dear some secretary, dear Asantemania Nimu, Mamma Abensha, Mania Santenco, the Ghana Manina Treco, a mania who does one, who so bacano crepa woman. It's just a Sabia, dear one, so my dear Santemania.
OTUMFUO OSEI TUTU obaye na some na pokuare asana na pokuare free mo a odon wo ba na obaye no niema bebre wo ho a waya asesa ahini kura if you say na ahini ekofom na ni giri se na se tubaye said ye wasi apagya na ho nti obia sebe ohinketo bia enso eye hinkese ni nyina ne se onu ni esua no.
In fact, Danan Kasano, I did open so issues to say Asantehene no. Sadanana me wo dwabrim e wo manhia.
When he ascended the throne, he allowed us to prepare all the people in the royal household and baptize them as Anglicans. And all his children have been baptized into the Anglican faith. It is interesting that one would have thought that his kingship would have hindered his Christian life, or the dichotomy between his kingship and his Christianity. But this is a king of Ashanti who balances his kingship with his Christian life, that there is no sharp difference. It flows like that. His life exhibits a good Christian king, and he also knows the traditions and the royalty, and he performs them efficiently.
Known in private life as Berima Kokudia, OTUMFUO OSEI TUTU II is the 16th monarch of the Asante Kingdom. He was born on the 6th of May 1950 at Auntie Thelma's maternity home at Asante New Town in Kumasi, the capital of the Asante Kingdom. His mother was Asantehene Nana Afiokobi Sewampem II, the 13th queen of Asante between the years of 1977 and 2016. Opani Boachi Dankwa, OTUMFUO's father, was the Bresciahene of Kumasi, head of a section of Asantehene'S designated marksmen, OTUMFUO. OTUMFUO was the last born of his mother's children. The firstborn of his mother's children is the present queen of Asante, Asantehene Nana Kwedu Yadom III.
Na dia me huna fa no ho se so ye ohene na se tawanta obi ba ofie na koto ye wura animu a na waka kuma atoye.
Because your politicians, because at the time you're unprecedented. Me painsu and for the very first time in Ashanti history, OTUMFUO 15th anniversary, or my coin, and my da, a sea ho, and my man kwa said ne day, and a man kwa. Me na ma point na. Ye boga, me for me him back. na dwa ben hima on fa ne hene mra kofo hima on fa ne hene mra ama hima nyina obi afa ne hima fo wa santimemu aye sum sikatwa eye paramount 70 sum sikatwa no oma ye kwan sa hima fo nko aye mudwa enche ono nko a
yewura de ntimso a masori ana asantemani na atimso a ya sori we ni papa o wakoma eso ni so ba na wo no nti wo akoma ma ye ma no wo humobo ma ye ma no papa da bia wo gina ye chi
we ma me kai se mfie duonu ni emra yewura wo ba no kai se mia me ma me na fi ko be se wampem bra o me frɛ me o se kofi na se na o se me di monua e bremu na se ma pia o ne kwaso a ma nya da agya musa se hwanea esanse na menim
to sebe santehema wo ninti da bia me kam se yafunu na wo santehema ye no aseda wo wiase na wo ne se o de ma no ye yankopɔn ho a sebe yafunu na wo skeka no na pe ko bi waya de bibiri ona ba wo santehema kase wo yama ye ama ɔte ema abada yase for us he's an extraordinary king
ye ni aye na fi ko be se wampema wo bɛyɛ no okure ne wo so sa yi wo sanganfo ko Israel ya say obebro Mary I was say Santis former yetimo ho say na fe ko be say wa your sorry papa na ye bondi a was say bondi soroko.
In his childhood days, OTUMFUO OSEI TUTU II lived with his uncle Oheneba Mensa Bonsu, then the Hiahene of Kumasi. At age 6, OTUMFUO OSEI TUTU II was admitted to St. Joseph Primary School at Asante New Town in Kumasi. He completed his elementary education at State Boys Middle School at Bantama in Kumasi. After 10 years of elementary education with middle school leaving certificates, he attended Sefi Yoso Secondary School for 5 years and graduated with O-level certificates.
You're from Abraham Wako. Mranam had the from Moses, OTUMFUO OSEI TUTU, Ebertum, Yoso Secondary School, 1965-1966. Oba Form 1 Form 5. Now, Oba a nominee one house. The house I knew near friend Padmo. Now, no, we didn't know that, no, damn so. And I'm da FM. And the sanity na me deny menu akuma. Na ade ba ko a me kai e won ho se. O ye obi ana oi boko. E ba ye no ana ye ka se o free OTUMFUO ahimfie no. Obi anya ani. Na ade ba ko me kai e fa no ho ene se edumre bia na se pump water pump na anya djuma na se e ko tano asuo tano eben school no enti ani akọ akọ sense ne ekosa eba samre wa oni school for entu be sa no bi ahyeda akọhwie ni nsuo na gu na se osa ekokosa bio obi sa no asa the omaye how osa onya ba school dia na wa akọ junior dia ene dia baby as say okoso eye
OTUMFUO ye my classmate na sha say form 1 we do form 5 ye na obi na ina ye art o hande nyamenum na mense de na minim se da twen obeye panyin tesa ye wo bit se ese o manpanyin da jeje ro so kwashi mota ye bit se Kofi Anan mfansipem enti se was nsuso atimi di obi a obo man no odi mu wo man mu asante man nyina ne Ghana man nyina de eje se ya ho akese pa ma se wasfo enti ye ni je sem kese pa wo gentleman Emianum say ka say yi the best gentleman in the school and the most neatly dressed student anka be yin what did time so me bodon na me be boy enti no say onya bodon na say oba dane ho ba bia say okopia oba tu ani na woduru ho mfa no mre eni agro.
From Sefi Yoso Secondary School, he did further studies at OSEI TUTU Secondary School.
I feel very motivated to hear that
OTUMFUO OSEI TUTU II, the whole Asante King,
completed
OSEI TUTU Senior School.
We really feel honored just to have this great personality in our institution.
After his advanced level studies at OSEI TUTU Secondary School, OTUMFUO OSEI TUTU taught as a teacher at Aswase Local Authority Primary School in Kumasi.
We are at Aswase Ole. Aswase Ole is the first school OTUMFUO taught, and it can be found here at Aswase.
OTUMFUO OSEI TUTU II had his tertiary education at IPS, Institute of Professional Studies at Legon in Accra. He studied accountancy for 2 years. He continued his professional studies at University of North London. He read Human Resource Development and Public Administration. He completed in 1980.
He goes to IMF World Bank to negotiate for Ghana. He does so many things behind the scenes for Ghana.
Oshe OTUMFUO pensem ahodo bibri a eba Ghana ha. Se wodina no tumu asem no etimi etwa. Emre bibri onwene asante mantem nko aho. Ne niema oboyi nyina ope Ghana kanko.
Sabre wo mu nyekon ka ohwemu a amambu foforo ba ya bisa politics no. Nanka asante sabia eya hwenhwen. Ebedru ya na so na nam se ya wonu so mesum wade ni so ade hunu adwinhwe kan bia bakodwan ho ma os ya baka no kura pa wa kukuro asante man eskeje sunsum no bisa wura ni mu ma ene nya asante sabio kurabio bibi ebesi Ghana man ma bia no untimi nkan si kwa bra sabe yewira no onka ho bia na nya no nko ode kwa amano ne kura ne nim dia ne sunsum anunti will come multilaterals World Bank na dan for pa ba ko ni owura Wolfenson ya no World Bank president.
Yeah, mo tenne chiro kwa bojiri. Si wo ko na santima kwa wadwona odwene. Ka santima sa kwa kawe. Okwa Ghana ne dikai enema abrofo ye ba mo kraje for investors. Oba ye ba yira Santehene'S ro dwuma. So fa no wo ha etwamba do odwunu. Ya na binim ka se wo ko home dabi wo ko home. Wo mpo na dwuma no kese wo.
OTUMFUO onye eniyimu seyeka amanyosemu a OTUMFUO mfane ho enhihye amanyosemu ni awoye ni se abai bi ebeba so no ninim de ni nyansa na futupa na daye so anananom ede so no na wode ama abai a obeba so.
I remember a particular incident when I was president. We were having difficulties with the economy, and we had just come out of an IMF program in 2012, and so it was a bit too early to go back into an IMF program. But the IMF was dragging its feet because we had just come out of a program in 2012, and going back into a program in 2015 seemed a bit problematic. And I discussed it with OTUMFUO, and he, without hesitation, said that he will help. And I think that that was instrumental in getting the extended credit facility approved. I think that that is the kind of person he is.
But I like him. He gives respect to the president of the day. He doesn't say that I'm the king of Ashanti. I even rule 3/4 of Ghana. But he humbles himself. He looks at the presidents of the day and counsel them and walk along with them for just the common peace and development of our nation, Ghana.
Me be the president, no. Na hipik. Ya shisha ya ibibia wi say. Enke Ghana sabi ya sika sam nkahwe ase no. Ye kukuru. Ya hu ya na last minute no na nkasa ibasa nkrofobia wuram. Said then na owura Wolfenson no atune safre. Santehene. Ba Santehene bo America. Media metia minim say o ya wie hipik ye ko. last minute manya message say hey ohe pikin no house we no asem bia piem wo World Bank ni IMF ho ya be ya asem we bebogu ma yira me hey we dey bending adwuma ye ben fiem ye nu komiensa ye nim se ya tutu sikasem ni na wie ntimeti ho me dindin me kwan ben me fa so a ampara panyin say all right yeah na anu ne adi free hipic mu ya sane ya otumfuo okopie ho hwemu din na se ade anyame ne nsa wo mu nti media mu so otumfuo no nyame no na bre santiman ya no de sum gana menina.
I tell you that you are the Prince of Peace. This king, has it not been this king, Ghana would have been chaos. I know anytime we have elections, he has to intervene so that others will concede defeat. He will call before even the elections, he will call all the parties.
Say Ghana main na obia modern bois or the boy Emma Dabon, Ebenya Asundre, and no Ghana for you na.
Nadia Wapa, and say, Utimi, who has some no, and knee, not on the toho, and the ma administration no, not and Coso, and never. We will hold one as no. Now, Ocha or Cano Chamo, or the Cham wish ya, who are the money so. No more OTUMFUO, Nahiniano, and then say Abba.
He was adjudicating on matters very effectively. One of the things that chiefs can do, I believe, in this country is really to adjudicate matters, to help in the judicial process.
Yobia, Okanokre, Opekotoko, Okadia, Emphata, and our tia, and our Huna, and Yadia Odo, Obecho. One fear crowd, let's go to a Friday.
Obayano, na nkunya sembe bri ewo ho enkanka amahin no nkunya atopa hina kunya ne da ho na bekwa hina kunya ne da ho adanse hina kunya ne da ho mowu akunya ne da ho nkunya ne bebri na so obayi wa yire no ho ama san kunya me bobi nyina wasim nyina enkanka wono ani nua ketwa kokofu
Ready assembly brami atam mehu ne no kreka oka no kresiesie amansem amanam so amai bebre anasa traditional areas bebre anansa nsem ho me bedi ade yi mehu se ne bi wa danse mehu se kuma wudi e ho mehu dwa so
ohene a obu a ofa no wate ase kontompo dim de wa di fokura no sa baye de matem wase ze bi apatapa de de wa ye no so ensema na arena chi ne bi de fiedu no dun so do wotwe enumpo nyina de wi na mboko
ena mi ankasa mbe hu mi hu obi a owa abotete se papa papa ne da ni pe da ni pe gunso ni kware wo fi ahin kwa hospital ka de ba ya grade krata ba ya no discount pese ahin fi akwa no fa na ya ahin kwafo e wo ha bebre ina ofia wo muka ohwe on ma no hu nana e wo school ebi no ni e ma bontin KJT project no mo ya bebre ono na kofa bae eso ja politics de ya na for no mo se me ya fa ye ho na so no ma bebre ono na ye no adane ama politicians
ni ho adan se de ka se ye di ye be di ama de ache ama de asasa
senka ye ne o se nkenti media kunya ebi se dubre bi na bia sabi uniska untimi ni akunya na enso no akunya ne to a yewura won hwe ni mu se we wiska we we se nipa wo fata se akunya no ato a wose de mani die no no oye ya wose da bi monfama no ono na wose di.
You know, he was brought up specially and in a very humble way. He was not brought up in the palace.
Apart from his educational background, we want to know his work experience.
After completing his studies in UK, he worked with a group called Mutual Insurance Group in Toronto, Canada, as a senior consultant. He returned to UK in 1982, and in 1985 he worked as a finance officer at Oxo, a British food processing firm in London. In the same year, 1985, he was admitted into the membership of the British Institute of Professional Management, a human resource professional body. The last place he worked in the UK was Manpower Service Commission in London, where he helped to develop and oversee projects to assist young unemployed youth from deprived communities. He returned to Ghana in 1989 to establish his own business, Transpomesh International Ghana Limited, which represented a number of reputable European firms in supplying equipment to the mining industry in Ghana.
Kane no na nka ye nananom de etuo ne asekan ne kokon na opemso baaye no onya ne suade hunu se ene de se opese oba bi bowura baabi no ofa ho a eye nwomasua enti no opemso eyire ne ho a still a oguso a woboa ama enwomasua edi ntintima wo asantemem.
OTUMFUO OSEI TUTU Charity Foundation ebra yewura fro abendwa no a na odidi kan OTUMFUO Education Fund eno anso ho a bemfie me no achi no de nyehye baya na yeboa eye ayaresa ene buntu neno na OTUMFUO Health Fund. OTUMFUO Health Fund na chi ena ye de OTUMFUO Water and Sanitation by and san ye de Culture and Heritage. San ye man na ya mabodi ya no kwa na sa ekui ye nwuma bebre eka. Yenyamwa free ankra bebre eni nwumaku bebre na se wo hwe edwumadi a ye di mfie aduoni ni a epakase no a ye OTUMFUO ono a ne ntobo a ode bo a eku se wo hwe esika ne niam a yenya afi ba akomu a na obumu wa ha mu nchemu aduesia enum de eyenye wura no a sika won ho na ode bo
Mama Asante ma kunya no so no atumpon pa wodi to education scholarship for the pa in office eden koda bibre awuro school promo kankan mma no o mako school pa
1999-2000 I benefited from OTUMFUO Educational Fund whilst I was at the University of Education in Winneba. So I'm proud OTUMFUO also helped me to achieve where I've reached now.
OTUMFUO Education Fund, IS scholarship. Ya dia boa nipa bebre. Amomo sua de every secondary school sa ko sisua pom. Ebi no aye nipa kase bebre. Se ye hwe nipa dodo a efie aduonu eni no education fund na boa won a ebeburu nipa empem aduonu enu 25,000. Na se eno pa ho a won a enam education fund wonya baby atena sua de won a ya boa mo kwan bi so se bia school fees na nso kakra bi atua ma mu won a ya mo mu nkrata e bi sua de won a yesi school dan ama won a yakode computers ama mu de na ye kan nyina bo mu dia betuma ka say nipa aboa wo mu pa no ekọ obedwemba.
Personally, I have benefited from OTUMFUO immensely. OTUMFUO ascended the throne, like you rightly said, when I happened to be at the university around that period. Those days, the students were not paying fees, but it happened that in my second year, they introduced the academic user fee, and it was very difficult for some of us to be able to cope with it. And fortunately for us, it was around the very time OTUMFUO ascended the throne and immediately introduced this OTUMFUO Education Fund to support those of us who were needy, brilliant but needy students. And I happened to be a beneficiary of the fund, and it did help me immensely. And through that, I was able to complete my course successfully. And after the completion of my course, OTUMFUO did not leave me. He has encouraged me from time to time, and even in 2010, when it became necessary for me to join the bench as a judge, OTUMFUO did invite me to Majesty, organized a wonderful dinner for me, and blessed me.
Education fund was set here, Asante Mine, set here the whole Ghana.
And the Ben few million, ye share near friend OTUMFUO mobile learning. Na meka se eno sa adwumadi agye hinipa ayi na omukọ nkurase poto a sɛ wokyɛ ɔmo computer kuro mu hu ne ɔmo de bɛyɛ na yɛkɔ a ɔmo classroom no na yɛakɔ turn into computer lab ɛhɔ ɛna yɛkyerɛ nkɔlɛ yɛtena hɔ bɛyɛ sɛ na wɔtwe ɛkɔsi na wɔtwe mmienu yɛbɔ taeɛ paa ne sɛ nkɔlɛ computer no kuro mbɛhu sɛ ne sitie ɛsɛ yɛka ho asɛm kuro a wɔbɛte
OTUMFUO OSEI TUTU odi kan no Uchasa ma ahafoman to say to toss in you so bad the fact ma odi si the news a womasua enti ada o say to toss in you ase Ken Solomon so no so watimi akai gods of mine ya asia de che gods wase OTUMFUO OSEI TUTU na sase anya teso enti ya dana se say ono so wanyi atotwene wa kai na de hye wo sia de
na dwumadi a yedi no ye ni no asanteme mu ha dwumadi ne mu tre ekobronman mu ekọ traman mu eso ho atoye mantam mu mfimfim mantam mu ho nyina ye di dwuma ye si edan enkura a eno de ye mu kura be se adua son 70 a ye 6 class ene teachers bank afenani de eso apa yakoye ni ye nkonwa ni ho yakoto nkonwa gum no yahwe mako ahanan adwuma.
Last year, during his 20th anniversary, there was a program that is facilitating the translation of the Bible to a Hunter language. Can you tell us the significance of such initiative?
It was his 20th anniversary, as usual, and as very usual of him, any activity he does, at the end of it all, he comes to the church to give thanks to God. He's a God-fearing, religious, humble, and very, very generous king. The Gilbert, those who translate the Bible into vernacular, various vernaculars, they went to see him at that time. And then he promised to do something for them. And they all came. The executive members came to the church. And then when they were launching the translation of a Hunter Bible, he single-handedly decided to use huge sums of money to translate the Bible into a Hunter language. But this shows how he is. He is kind. He gives to everybody. He cares for he is a king for every tribe. That's why here in Kumasi you have Moshijongo, you have Angraga, you can call all those people, Fantinu Town, he is just for everybody. So he single-handedly sponsored the translation. It is unheard of.
And that's a very huge sum of money.
Very huge sum of money. And what makes him quite unique was that if we trace the Ashanti history, when the early missionaries came, the Ashanti kings of that time say, hey, we have nothing to do with your Christianity. But here is a king who is above them. He is a committed Christian, and he is also using his resources to propagate the gospel, the extension of the gospel, not in his Ashanti language, but to a Hunter language which has no Bible has been translated before, and he has done it.
The work he did with Dagbon in ensuring peace. We know that the Dagbon crisis started under the Kufuor administration, and President Kufuor, in an attempt to resolve the issue, set up the Committee of Eminent Chiefs that had OTUMFUO and his brothers, the King of Mamprusi and the King of Gunja, together with him to try to resolve the Dagbon crisis. And of course, Nanado became president, and he continued the process, and successfully today, Dagbon is at peace. But the bulk of the credit must go to OTUMFUO and the Committee of Eminent Chiefs, because it was they who laid the groundwork. The roadmap and everything was done by them. And it's because of the kind of credibility they have that both families, of the Dagbon crisis were willing to cooperate with that committee to be able to bring a lasting peace to Dagbon. Definitely, he commands a lot of respect.
The best in fear and soon in the nature. See a boy, a teacher for any adjumer for a boy, a man, a military cost. The OTUMFUO Teachers Award, by.
Teachers are regarded as the backbone of our society, as they help and have the greatest contribution to build up the characters of students
botae no enye enema sebio yede eche mo computers a yede eche mo na botae ne se yebe hye mo ni onyam na ebe ka kire mo se opimso adwuma amoye no na ni so odamase monkoso na monye adwumaden na montete yenkwada na omonso ebia enye ne fault na wakopie ba bia okakopie no enti no saa abasobode na eye opimso ede mo no enne ye nyimonyam hyekese ewo Teachers Awards no Teachers Awards no ade a me edamakoma so pa sanse ye wie na se woni a teacher for a omo enya obi wa ni certificate no ayane te se ne certificate a te se ne ono ni school na okoye no klase bi okọ university bo no wie a sa certificate na de ma no ensum bo se ono certificate opimso e de amano
enfie ensum ni no afi no se ye Teachers Award na teacher for wo ha ene adwumayefo na ye bo mo baso onnu ye teacher for a mo kira de e wo akurase tu a e bi obi akọ ha wonko
na uwie na se bia ekojo mo kwa mo akwa na omo ka omo stories na ahomka sem kra na esan wo mu ne se opimso anka se asante mantem anasa asante fonko na Teachers Awards ebe so omo so
I deliver my service at Western Region community called Nyamibechre Primary School. Okay, well, I consider this as a privilege. It is a very great opportunity. People who even live in this Asante Kingdom, that majority of them would not even have the opportunity to get closer to the king. Today, I shake hands with him, took a photograph with him, and it's a very great opportunity. And I will urge any teacher who is anywhere that good work pays. So they should put up their best, work hard irrespective of the rewards you get at that time, because it comes back to you in a very wonderful way that you wouldn't even understand how it works.
I appreciate what the king has done. He has done very well. It seems we are supposed to put out our best to help the children. This shows it pays to do the best.
Baba could be in the Koma of few voter region the buyer. Also, one so died that I want a brabo. Say, Obekunu opimso da. Nankampo akwese opimso ebechena de. Na akwese oni opimso atwamfo yini. Tama ye dwumadi ni nyina wie no. Maame na tena ase pa na akwete se na obi so dai. Na because one nwene dam.
Ye wo nkro be se aduesia be se mfie mienu nie. Etutu nsuo wo hɔ a nsuo no ye sonye ni krogin. Enye nkronku ne yema om yema school for ena ye sign eyema eye adwumaku
kanka ne me ma de se wa ba ni a itina ni masisi ikuro mfo nkoda ensi a obeye ye nkoda ne de ye hisi oyo se na mi gina B1 ni OTUMFUO be yesi ozi na mi gina P3 na OTUMFUO be yesi aye hisi.
He is the first king in Ashanti who has established a church, a church in his palace. Everything in the church is there, and we dedicated with Archbishop Sapon.
Wow.
And then there I told him, Your Royal Majesty, you should behave like King Jehoshaphat. Early in the morning, come and kneel before the altar, pray for Ashanti Kingdom, pray for Ghana, pray for yourself. And I always give him, every year, give him our daily bread. I've given him Bible commentaries, concordance, and the Anglican lectionary.
Wow.
And he has practiced it and realized that it is helping him. One time he gave a testimony.
Yewura baye oma Asante ha maso bia etwa ensasesem so hwe Asante mamu ha se wo hini bi koto asase plot ba ko dia manipa mienu ya ni ha
na nenya nkwada nyame ntune nkwada mu da bise edi se obinya na notice
tiwura ye motrinkwa nyankopon hira no ntonkwa mae metra homa de bia esanse unya se uji ohina na obenya penya okano kore ewo bibia mu
nyankopon tune nkwana so omani nyinche okunya no so na ni mapa oye
more or de borders or de bonipano. You know, actually.
I am for something not to show.
And I'll continue to wish him a very successful reign. I also wish him a very long life so that Asante man can continue to benefit from the wisdom that he has, not only Asante man, but the whole of Ghana. I mean, he is a human resource that benefits not only Asante man, but benefits the whole of Ghana. I wish him a very happy anniversary.
Omani nginiche, omani kinsolo munyansa. Na umpe mwa Asante mana ema yenya hoto ewo ne kwenso.
Yon wano na sebe bedwasa nyamana patenti.
Yewra onyankopon twedi ampo wonhira wo wonton kwandem. Ahini a wobedi ye no. Onkoso ye from. Onkoso ma Solomon nyansa mo so yami onhira wo no ton kwandem.
Yana no OTUMFUO de bonabaso emrebia.
Na yede nyame ase ewo ye nyina ye nana ye bibia asantehene ekurowura ni asanteman nyina ye ne dia se ye hwede ye nyame aya edoso asanteman eni wiaseman nyina kase ye mane tiri nkwa na ye manu mo ene jo
na so bo ne ye manu se ontroaso no hwe asanteman na entroaso ejiranka no na Asante
that selfless attitude say onwe ono nko aho ntimi ama mehu say bi baby ama be pie ana say asem di amidie say suban na odan na di no say me nso mehu say onyame bo me be wi say me nso me be som afoforo
ya ma otiri nkwa nyankwada nana sunsum a wowo nyansa wowo twede mpo nyankopon onko so nhyiraw omnya wadom onnya wokese enka Asante man enka Ghana enka wiase afa na nyina na odi emfi adioso yi opemso ne beka ne se e mo trinkwa nana nyankwada
na mekoso sre se nana no man nko nani bebre ye ma ne nyinche ma na hoden na nyansa a wode ebu Asante man ebua mana nanu bia ye chinchim yensa ade ye nkonwa na me adawro ma yensa aka ya ade no urade mana hoden no ntom koso enkonko nanim
ti mesere nkwatentene mesere penya de mano se nyame mana nkwatentene ahoden na da ne da nyina se de osidi hwa Asante man so no enkosi awieye
yesa ne se nyankopɔ be mana hoden no de atena hɔ no mo na saa nneɛma yi ani asomdwu a wotima boa mana ba Asante man mu no bɛkɔ na atena se na yenya asomdwu ama bia kaga ne bina
nti papa wedi nyame ena yi na ma Asante man nyame ti e mon pai man papa ntina ko me so e hwe do de Asante man besi
ye wura ne ye sere o twedi ampo nyankopɔn isida de ma ye sere o twedi ampo nyankopɔn ne nkwa de ma ye sere o twedi ampo nyankopɔn na adom de ma ye mpa bo ne se asambɔne nkwa chiri
ye mane tiri nkwa ye mane kuse se urade na nka ne ho
ye fa konye so ne asere obo ade biem se omfa mfie enka ye wura ho apomuden wom nyansa odi adom no anya mohu enkoso Asante man nyina se yewura monio mo apiafo
OTUMFUO waya ade na o twasapa na se nyina tanachi
send your son boma Ghana nyina onkoso enye saa na ne papa ya oye enya Asante man kwa na ehu nti ebona baso na mintu ne kwamu
ye stressing nyame ma no ahoden o ma na pomden na o ma no enkwatenten na nani so ade hunu a wa shase ye no ni nyina betimi abew.
We ask for God's blessings and long life for him.
Nyametimi anse mesre nyame man onkoso wonsha ne ma nyansa no ma no mbompie
Royal Majesty, may you live to see your hundreds, even more than hundreds. And may you continue to have the favor of God, favor of men. And I want to assure you, so far as we are concerned, we will continue to pray for you day in and day out. God will always grant you success.